Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I kind of wanted to do a story time for you guys. So this video will be a story time of like one night that I went out with a couple of my friends and we had some very interesting Uber drivers. A few weeks ago, I was going to do this video earlier, but I kind of been slacking on that. But it's okay. Yeah, so a few weeks ago, one of my friends came into town, like my best friend. I knew her or know her from school, and she came to visit a few weeks ago, and we like for the weekend, and me, her, and another girl decide to go out one of the nights that she's here, and we decide to go out in the city and take Uber because we're like, we're not going to drive and look for parking and pay for parking in the city. So we get our first Uber from the other girl. We're going to call her, I'll just call her Jay. Um, so, and like, and the other girl will be M. So we're at Jay's apartment and she gets an Uber. We get the Uber. She drops us like to this place, and on the way she's telling us about her experience like with other passengers that she had that night. And she's like, yeah, I've been driving around these like this like crazy drunk people, and there's this one party that like this girl was so drunk, and like the guy was just like really trying to get her to listen to him and was trying to tell her like what to do, like come on girl, because she was just like doing in her own world apparently. And so we're like driving down this street, and like we see this girl literally like in the intersection, like she's in the street. She's basically in the middle of the street. Like she's standing in the street and she's like looking down the street, I guess to see if there's any cabs coming like her direction. And it's like, girl, if you want to check for a cab, you don't stand in the middle of the street. Like you stand off on the side where you're not about to get run over or clipped, and like stick your head out and look to see if there's a cab coming, and then or stand like on the curb and like raise your hand, like try to hail down a cab. This chick was in the middle of the street, and there were like a couple of guys, I think like another girl that was like standing like by her but actually on the curb, like on the sidewalk. And so we drive by, and our Uber driver, she rolls down the window because we're all like, what is this chick doing? Like, why is this girl in the middle of the street? She's like, she's like, get out the middle of the street, you crazy, bleep. And we're like, me and my friends are like, did she really just do that? And the Uber driver's just like, she's like, you know what? I think those are the people that I had last time. Like, I think those are the people that I dropped off earlier. Like, them crazy country, whatever, like, people, like, they sounded like they were from the country and didn't know what they were doing. I was just like, oh my God, this girl is crazy. And so finally, like, we go around the corner and we all have like Google Maps open on our phone. We're like, okay, we think the bar is like right here. Like we think this lounge is like right here. Like it says it's like 100 feet away, so it's got to be right here. And she's like, I don't know where to put, like stop the car. So we like go around, make a U-E, come back around, turn on another street, turn right back around. We're like, okay, it's got to be right here. Just let us out, and we'll like figure it out. Like this must be the place that people are walking in the door. So we're like, this must be the place. And so she's like before she stops the car, she's like, y'all really want to go in there? Like if you going in there, like y'all trying to get some? And we're like, like we're not trying to disclose that information to this woman that we have just met. Like, thank you for driving us, but like We ain't trying to get that. Like, you have to be on friend level 5, and you have barely reached level 1. Like this, she's like, you know what? All the people that go in there, like, they're all the older people. Like, are y'all looking for like some sugar daddies? Cause you're gonna find you some men that are grown and like in their 30s and whatnot, and like, if that's what you're looking for, that's the place. That's the place to go, because they're gonna take care of you. But a lot of them have some like slim dicks, and we were like, like TMI. She's like, you gotta like, if you want some dicking, you gotta look for like special ones, because a lot of them, they be hiding like little tiny little things, and we're like, okay. A lot more information than we wanted to know. So eventually we're just like, thanks, Katrina, and walk out the car and go up into this lounge. And we go in there and we're like, literally the 3 of us are the youngest people in there. And we were just like, yeah, this isn't gonna work, because everybody's looking at us and everyone's all like paired off or grouped off, and there's no place to sit. And so we're not even gonna try and go and order something from the bar. Just like, no, this was a bust. So we're like on our phones, like, all right, open up Google Maps again, where are we gonna go this time? Like, we get another Uber. This time, instead of Jay being in the front seat and me and M in the back, I'm in the front and they're in the back. And we get this like Asian dude who was just like, how's your night? Like, we're just like, good. And he's just like, okay. And it was like dead silent the rest of the ride. And it was so awkward. And so, like, I was just like, let's just get to where we're trying to go. And so finally we get to this bar, and there's obviously a line. Like, this is on one of the streets that has like a whole bunch of bars that people are just standing in line to get into. And we're kind of just like, oh, this is gonna take forever. And eventually we get in, and it was like cool for a minute, but then like the DJ that night was just not playing. Like, we weren't feeling what he was playing. It was like some songs were cool, and then all of a sudden he went to like the house music, and we're not really about the house music. Finally, we're just like, you know what? Like, the bar was closing. Like, we stayed there for a while until the bar closed. We left, and we were like, it's still kind of early. Like, it's what time did the bar close? I think the bar closed at like 2, and we were just like, we were just like, we feel like we haven't even done anything. Like, honestly, we don't even feel like we've done all that much in the like few hours that we've been out. So then we're like, all right. So then Jay gets our 3rd Uber driver to try, because earlier that day, while we were just like walking around by Jay's apartment, these dudes on the street were just like, you know what, like, come on later out. Like, are we gonna see you guys at like this like bar on this street like later? And we're just like, we don't even know this place, but whatever. So then later on, after we leave the bar that we were already in, after they closed, we were just like, let's check out this place, because they apparently close at 4, and it's 2 a.m. and we'll just see what happens. So we get this other Uber driver, and it's this black dude in his nice little Nissan like coupe type car. I think it was like a Nissan Altima or whatever. Like, I could tell that he was feeling himself in his car. And so we get into the car, and again, I'm in the front seat, and the other 2 girls are in the back. We were like, okay, we're going to this bar on whatever, this street. And that place is like north of the city, but like it shouldn't have taken more than like 10-15 minutes to get there. I don't know. Homie thought he was in Fast and Furious. This Uber driver, like, he legit, I was afraid for my life. Like, I was just like, seat belt, oh snap handle, like Hail Mary. Like, I'm not even Catholic, and I'm just like, God, like, please, like, woo, like cover me and do not let me die in this car with this Uber driver, because he legit, I felt like he thought he was in the Fast and the Furious. Like, this man was like I said, it should have taken us maybe like 10-15 minutes, probably like closer to 15 minutes to get to this bar. He I swear it took us less than 10 minutes to get there. He at least cut it in half, because he was zooming, swerving in lanes with no type of turn signal. Like, I don't even think he was checking in his side or rear view mirrors. Like, all of a sudden, he would like speed up to a red light, and we're like, whoa, like, homie, you see the light is red. Like, you should be slowing down. Why are you speeding up to a red light just to stop real hard? And then he was tailgating like nobody's business. He was like, he was, he was just like driving like a madman. And I was like, I do not want to be in the front of this car if he crashes into a car in front of us. Like, I do not want to be here. And I'm just sitting there like, the whole time, and like J and M in the back are just like, yo, this dude is like, oh my gosh. And Jay is just like, she's like, you like, you seem to like driving. And he's just like, yeah, like, he tried to make a little bit of conversation. I was trying to, stay involved in the conversation to kind of distract myself from his driving. Not that that was possible. And I was just like, yo, you like, I'm surprised your car is in good condition, and your brakes are still in good condition with the amount of like acceleration and hard braking that goes on. Because I'm like, we got on the highway, like the expressway, he merges on, all of a sudden he was like zoom, like 4 lanes that merged into 2, and then another lane like split off into like a street. So it was like those 4 lanes merged onto expressway, and then it was like a 5th lane that went to just like a regular street. So like those 4 lanes went to 2 or 3. I think it was 2. I don't know. So then all of a sudden it's like these cars are like right here, we're over here, like the cars are like moving this way, and the guy's just like zoom, and we're like, that was a little too close for comfort. You going a little fast there. You taking the curves a little too rough. Like, I should not be having to like hold on because I'm being like swung with the turn. Like, that's just not, it should not be happening in the car. Okay, like, I should not be feeling like I'm in a getaway car. I should not be feeling like I'm in a getaway car. Okay, you are an Uber driver. Like, you should not, like, I should not feel like I just got kidnapped or I'm running away from the cops. Like, just no. So he's like zooming along. He realizes that the exit that we need to take is coming up, and all of a sudden he's like, comes from like because you know how like the inner left lane is like the fast lane, and so all of a sudden he goes from this left inner lane, and the expressway is like it was like 2 lanes on because there's like express lanes that go in the middle of like the regular sides, like, because it's like, you know how on the expressway it's like you got cars going this way, you got a few lanes of cars going that way. Well, in Chicago, in like the north part of the city, there are 2 express lanes. Depending on the traffic of the day, you either have the express lanes going north or you have the 2 express lanes going south. And so this time, like, we're going north and the express lanes were open. So the guy gets on into the express lanes. He's swerving between all these cars. He sees the exit we need to take and swerves real quick to get off. And like, when you get off the express lanes, you merge into the regular like 4-lane expressway. And then, so that's when we were on that inner left lane. And then he sees again that the exit that we need to take is like right there. And he just like, I swear he didn't even look in his mirrors. Like, I was over here trying to look in blind spots, was looking in his mirror over there, like trying to make sure no cars were coming, and he was just like, zoom all the way to the right. I was like, oh my God, please, Lord, don't let me die in this car today, because I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to die, okay? Oh no. So we finally get off the expressway, and you when you get off the expressway and you get off on that exit, you slow down because there's like a stoplight. So we're like, okay, why are you speeding up to, like, there's a line of cars in front of you, stopped at this stoplight at the end of this like exit lane, and you're like, why are you speeding? Just stop speeding. So then we get on the normal street. He's zooming along, speeding up to red lights. Oh, straight up rolling through stop signs. Like, stop signs were a suggestion to him. Finally get to this bar, and we're like, I get out the car. I'm just like, oh, thank you, Jesus. Like, thank you for not having me die in that car. Then we finally get to this bar. We go up and we see some people like hanging outside of the bar, and like we go and we like look in the windows, and we're like, ain't nobody here. Like, we just took this life or death Fast and Furious Uber driver over here to this bar, and nobody's here. Like, it's like nothing's happening, and like anybody that was here is over here standing outside waiting for a ride or whatever. So then we're like, you know what, it's over. Like, at this point, it's only been like 15 minutes since we were at the other place, and we're like, I guess we should just go home. Like, we were like, that was a bust. Like, this whole time it was just a bust. So we're like, okay, we need to get another Uber driver. Literally, this is our 4th Uber of the night. We see the Uber we just got out of, Mr. Fast and Furious, like idling across the street, and we're like Jay pulls out her phone, pulls out Uber, and she's like, wait, I don't want to get the same dude. I was like, please, like, we cannot get the same dude. I'm not trying to die. Like, let's wait a few minutes, and hopefully he gets like a match and goes someplace else so we can get matched with somebody else. And so then she was just like, okay, cool, but also I just paid for 3 Ubers of the night. Somebody else get it. So I was like, all right, I'll catch this last Uber. So I'm like, go in. Like, finally we see one of the girls, like, see the girls that are like in front of the bar. Like, one of them goes to the car of our old Uber, Mr. Fast and Furious. We're like, whew, thank you. Okay, so they got him, they drive away. And I was like, all right, so we get this new Uber guy. It's another Asian dude, but he was like real cool, but he was also very exposing of his other like Uber customers for the night. So yeah, so we get into the car. He's got this like Prius or whatever. So we get into the car, and the guys were like driving along, going back to Jay's apartment, and like on the way, we've only been in the car for like a minute. He's like, have you guys been to, like, what have you guys been up to tonight? We like tell him what happened. We were telling him about the crazy other Uber driver, and he was like, oh, and he was cracking jokes. He's like, oh, so you guys want me to like floor it? Like, is that like, do you want me to get there faster? We're like, nah, you driving all right. Like, we don't need you to go any faster than what you're already doing. Like, we trying to stay safe. And so then he's just like, I always get a lot of people around here that like go to these interesting clubs and like lounges and stuff like that. He's like, have you gone to like this like so and so club? And we're like, no, like, we never heard of that. And he's like, yeah, it's a lot of where all the like fetish people go. And we're like, like, okay, why are you bringing this up? Like, what about our night brought you to like think of sharing this with us? He's just like, yeah, I get a lot of dudes that like are either like a gay couple or like some type of fetish couple. And he's like, yeah, they like go to this place and like they're all into whips and chains and like all this stuff, and we're just like, yeah, no, we've never been there, and I don't think we plan on going there. That's not, no. Yeah, so that was interesting. And he's just like, I've never been there, but I get a lot of clients, like customers for that, like want me to pick them up from there, drive them there, and we're just like, okay, like where are you picking up people? Because I'm like, that must be one certain area. But finally, we were just like real glad because this Uber driver was like super chill, was like cracking jokes with us. And so we finally get back to Jay's apartment, and we're just like, the most interesting parts of our night were our Uber drivers and not even the places that we actually went to go out to. So, yeah, that was my story time. I hope you guys enjoyed my crazy night out with my friends in the city and our all over the place Uber drivers that, like, honestly, guys, Uber drivers are a trip. It's an experience. I gotta say, I've always had like really nice Lyft drivers. I don't know if that's just because I live in the suburbs and like most of the Lyft drivers in the suburbs just are really nice. I don't know. I've had one Uber driver in the suburbs and he was like super chatty, but like also he wasn't also fully sure on where he was going sometimes. I don't know. Whatever. But like in the city, Uber drivers are an experience. That's for sure. So, I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night whenever you are watching this. And I hope you enjoyed my Uber stories. Give it a thumbs up if you did. If you have not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe down at the bottom. I will see you guys in the next one.